Recently, Microsoft came out with a quantum computing chip called the Majorana 1. Majorana 1? And I thought I would look into it because quantum computing sounds interesting, but it's not really my strong suit, so I thought I would learn a little bit more about it. But it turns out there is something that sounds way more interesting, which is that there is drama that's going on with this chip. I'm going to investigate a little bit more. Majorana Chip 1 controversy. So apparently Microsoft, this isn't the first time. In 2021, this happened where they had to retract a scientific paper about almost the same topic, too. Before we explain the drama, let me give a tiny bit of backstory about what's going on with the chip and explain how it works as best I can as someone who doesn't really understand what's going on. So, Microsoft said that they had discovered the Majorana particle, which is a hypothetical fermion that is its own antiparticle. So I guess in states of matter, one of the things that makes them a state of matter is that they have like another particle that cancels out the particle. I don't know, particles cancel out, but I shouldn't be trying to explain this. Anyways, basically they said that they had discovered a new state of matter, like liquid, solid, gas, Majorana particle, and they're using this new state of matter. They're using it to control qubits, which are like essentially bits, but quantum bits. Qubits are notoriously difficult to control because they are at a quantum level and because there's theories of relativity and lots of other quantum terms that make quantum physics a thing. So qubits are notoriously difficult to control, but Microsoft claims that they were able to control the qubits digitally this time, and they were able to figure out a way to get rid of a lot of the interference and stuff that makes it normally difficult to control qubits. And the Majorana particle is one of the ways that they're doing that. They managed to create topological qubits instead of regular qubits. Anyways, so if you know anything about quantum computing, this is a big deal because quantum computers are going to be very powerful and they're going to change a lot of things. But the problem is that you need like a million qubits on a chip big enough to fit in your hand to actually make something worthwhile or like useful. And with the Majorana particle, the Microsoft is saying that they are on track to the path of a million qubits in a single chip. Right now they only have 8. So like the one they put out right now, the picture, this one right here, they could fit 8 qubits on this thing. But with the Majorana particle, I don't know why I can't say that word very easily. They feel like they can scale this to a million, and that's what they're claiming. Now the controversy. They released the findings without fully proving that topological qubits um, actually work. Basically, they released the paper, but didn't cite any like actual statistics. They just said this is what it does, and the peer review paper that they published in addition to their just like actual findings wasn't saying anything about like what the qubits or what the topological qubits actually do. They're just saying this is what they could do. So Microsoft has incurred the wrath of the physics community, which I'm not saying that they like actually didn't. I'm just saying that when all of the physics community is like up in arms and everybody real upset, then obviously they did something wrong for starters. I guess we'll find out if they actually can do what they said they can do, which is wild, especially considering this is the second time they've done that in 4 years. The last time was in 2021, not that long ago. Somebody jumping the gun. Okay, so let's see. Are there any physicists who are backing up Microsoft's claims? Because I feel like that's going to be relevant. Because you can't just be like, oh, everybody's angry at Microsoft because they put out this paper and they didn't verify any of their claims without, because people like to hate. Haters gonna hate. So maybe everybody's just hating, and they're actually the haters are also jumping the gun. Let's find out. I read that one of the problems was that when Microsoft submitted their findings to the peer-reviewed journal to have their sources, to like have their findings cited, there was 4 peers on the panel who were reviewing, and only 2 of them said that they were okay with the findings, and the other 2 said we're not okay with these findings. So let's see if we can find out like the perspective of the other 2 researchers who are pro findings. So this guy, Henry Legg, critiqued their claims by saying that the test that they were using could be fooled by false positives. Basically, the thing that they were measuring for with the Majorana particle can pick up other things at the same time and say, here's a particle that you're looking for when actually it's another particle, which is kind of a large problem. Microsoft said, no way, Jose. They published their paper in Nature. I'm not sure what Nature is exactly. I think it's like a scientific publication website. So Microsoft basically fired back with saying that the paper that they published wasn't making any scientific claims. They were just outlining their approach to the results that they were getting, but does not speak to our progress. Just like, I don't know, to me, I don't know anything about the scientific community, but that seems suspect if you're just going to be like, this is what our process is, this is what we're hoping to achieve, without actually presenting any hard facts. I feel like, is that not the whole point of science, is to present some hard facts? I wonder if there's a way we can get a hold of that Nature publication. Ah, so here's the actual website that they published it in. Is this the... Oh, but they're gonna make me buy it. Bummer. So the actual article is behind a paywall. Oh, here we go. So this website will, this is news.microsoft Azure Quantum. So this is where they have linked all of their resources. So you've got the whole story. You've got, this is the actual publication in Nature. This was like Microsoft's marketing read all about it post. Oh, so we do get access to the paper. Sweet. So knowing nothing about quantum physics, and even the times I did try to understand it, I didn't get very far. This actually seems like Microsoft might be in the right. I don't see any, it doesn't look like they're making any concrete claims about what this stuff can do. Saying here we're introducing an architecture that is compatible with future tests, which seems to me like a statement that sounds like this is what we're hoping this will do in the future. Compatible with future tests. And then they go on to describe what they're wanting it to do. And down here they've got graphs, images. I'm not really seeing any actual, well, I guess these are measurements, equations, and all this stuff. I was thinking if they're just showing like graphs and like diagrams, like schematics for how this thing would be built or how they did build this thing, I would say like, yeah, they're not making any actual claims, but it looks like they do have some actual graphs. So if the whole scientific community is kind of up in arms about this, well, I don't know. Well, it's hard to say. Like, if you have, how many physicists actually are up in arms about this? Because you have the vocal ones that are writing papers or making claims in the community, but is that everybody? Are all of the people not on board with this? This is kind of an aside, but I'm curious what you can actually do with a quantum computing chip, because I heard somebody say that you can't just do normal computing stuff. You're not going to be able to do the same thing, same types of research or searches that you would do with a normal computer. So I'm wondering what kind of things can you actually do with like a quantum computer? Hey, I said open a new... Okay, so I think what the guy I heard talking about it was just saying is that quantum computers are big and bulky and not really suited to like everyday tasks. Like you're not going to get a quantum computer in like your home office anytime soon to search up what your friends are doing on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. These are more going to be like for extremely data heavy processing tasks, like putting together neural nets or like machine learning or like other stuff like that. Well, I'm hoping Microsoft figures it out soon, because it would be nice to have some quantum computers up in this biz. Catch you in the next one. Peace.